Hey folks, David Frost, mystrategicforecast.com. Today is June 1st, 2015, and as you know, the normal daily videos, the forecasts that I had been posting up on YouTube are now going to be over at the members area at mystrategicforecast.com. So if you haven't gone over there yet, go ahead and hit the domain. On the front page, you'll see a button. It'll lead you right through where you need to be if you want to be, if you want to continue to get those forecasts. And what I thought I'd do today is introduce you to something else that I do that many of you may not know about, which is an E-Mini trader service, which is I provide support and resistance, pivot points, and buy or sell signals during the day, intraday, to folks that like to trade the E-Mini contract. And I can just show you a couple that I sent out today. So early this morning, right after the open, I send out the E-Mini resistance today will be the following levels: 21.15, 21.21, and 21.25. Support we'll get to in a minute. And what happened was I sent that out just shortly after the open. And where are we? Here is 9:30 in the morning. 9:40 in the morning, we spike up. We hit 21.15, pierce through it a little bit, and fail. And basically, you know, anytime you have a resistance level like 21.15 and the market fails to close the hour above that level basically gets rejected, and that's a bearish signal, at least for the time being. Okay, that could change at any minute, but that's for the time being, that's bearish. So now let's go back to the support and resistance levels, and 2105 and 2100 were cited as the resistance levels, support levels, pardon me. And here we go. We go down, hit a low of 2100. Okay, let's go back. Okay, 2105, 2100. Okay, now remember, this was sent out before that happened, right? And then we hover down here at 2100, and that's going to be a natural support level anyway, right? A big round number, 2100. But nevertheless, some folks need somebody else's confirmation that in order for them to take a trade, a lot of folks have an emotionally difficult time taking a trade when they believe it's the right thing to do, but they're just not positive. And sometimes that little added confirmation of somebody else saying, yeah, that's a good level, do it. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying this is a good level in my book. And so that helps a lot of folks out. So support was 2105, 2100, and 2097. Now, we never got down to 2097, and we went back up. And you can see the 2105, how important that is. We passed it, came back to test it, tested it again, and rocketed back up right above the 2115, okay, and then failed again. So you can see that I have a pretty good handle on what the numbers are. And if I had an indication, for example, which I did not today, unfortunately, but if I did, and if I had an indication that if we were to fail at 2115, then there would be a likelihood that we would go to some other number on the downside, 2110, 2105, whatever the case is. That happens several times a week. In fact, sometimes it happens several times a day. So I didn't have that today, but should I have had that, I would have sent another email saying any failure at 2115 would result in a trade back down to some X number. And that's that was the only missing component today. But at least the folks that are getting the alerts understand where the support and resistance levels are. And you know that if the market is in the light volume part of the day, the middle of the day, where the market tends to float up, and you're above the first resistance point, then you know it has a tendency to trade up to the second resistance point. So you can take trades based on just knowing the ebbs and flows of the market, and as long as you have a solid resistance and a solid support level, you can certainly put trades on, and you know where you're right, but more importantly, you know where you're wrong. So if somebody was long, okay, and the market started to break down, would anybody who've gotten my alerts held on below 2105? Probably not, okay? Certainly, but not a break below 2100 and specifically 2097, okay? That would have spelled lower prices, and they would know that, and that's the whole advantage. So anyway, there's a 2-week free trial. It's $79 a month for anybody that wants to try it. And come over to mystrategicforecast.com, hit the 14-day free trial button in the middle of the screen, and the rest is self-explanatory. And also, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be putting out more lessons and things from a teaching perspective. And I think you're going to want to have at least a notification that these things are there, because I'm going to start giving little 2, 3, 4-minute trading lessons, money management lessons, technical chart pattern lessons of that nature. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you would, and you'll get all the lessons and go from there. So I appreciate you tuning in. Again, this is David Frost, mystrategicforecast.com.